Take a deep breath in. And as you breathe in a resourceful feeling of calm and relaxation. And as you exhale, just allow your eyelids to close. And as they close, just allow you to become more aware of any sensations, perhaps the speed of each breath, perhaps the rhythm of your heartbeat. Become aware of any muscle tension in your body. So feel like you're breathing in a feeling of resourceful relaxation. And as you exhale, feel like any tension is being released, enabling you simply by breathing in and breathing out to feel a wave of relaxation starting at the top of your head and trickling down like an energetic waterfall, bringing with it a wonderful feeling of serene relaxation. As you breathe in deeper than you normally would. And as you exhale, elongate the breath so you're breathing out for longer, emptying your lungs so your next inward breath is even deeper than the one before. The deeper you breathe, the deeper relaxed you become. Eyelids feeling so relaxed, so heavy, any tension in the jaw just melting away. As you breathe in and breathe out, I want you to use the power of your imagination to imagine that your physical body stays exactly where it is, but that your imagination is floating outside of your body and slowly traveling. Imagine that your imagination is traveling all the way to the east coast of Africa. Imagine how you would feel floating over oceans, perhaps deserts. Imagine the incredible sensation as to how you would feel flying over continents. Your physical body remains, but your imagination is going on an adventure. Imagine flying through clouds. Imagine flying down to where the waves hit the ocean. Imagine yourself with that ability to fly just like Icarus. But you can go as high as you like and as low as you choose. And enable yourself to feel like you're now crossing the countries of Africa. Imagine going over rainforests. Imagine the wonderful feeling of what it would be like to go over cities, villages. You are making your way to Tanzania. And just imagine how it would feel to arrive on the plains of Africa with a clear view of Mount Kilimanjaro. And perhaps you could imagine what it would be like to see it from the Serengeti. Imagine being surrounded by giraffes and elephants and still seeing the snow-capped mountain of Kilimanjaro off in the distance. And then fly closer. So you are at the base of Kilimanjaro. Perhaps you could imagine it would take days before it's possible to reach the summit. But I want you to imagine that the beginning stage is relatively flat, making your way, climbing the ascent to hike. And if your unconscious mind is willing to allow this mountain to not only be a future goal, but also a symbol of accomplishment, a conquest, an adventure where a limitation is overcome. Just let me know by nodding your head. One of the most powerful changes is to do something that shouldn't be possible. And if by climbing Mount Kilimanjaro, it gives evidence that a limitation isn't limiting enough to stop you doing this thing that many people without the limitation wouldn't even attempt, then you get the access to the accomplishment, but also to a new identity. An identity perhaps linked to not just adventure, but overcoming adversity. To being someone that seeks out challenges. And what if you're not searching for treasure, but searching for something much more valuable? What if what you're looking for is an evolution of who you are, to become what you're capable of? So just imagine being perhaps at the foot of Kilimanjaro, wearing whatever clothing is suitable to climb. And imagine that there are things that you could do to prepare for such a thing. And I want you to imagine that training your lungs to breathe at high altitudes, to deal with the strenuous nature of taking on a difficult challenge, it benefits you in the short term with improved health, vitality, but also in the long term, protecting your body from future diseases and deterioration. Feel that you get the benefits now and a gift to your future self of improved health and reduced probability of sickness. So feel like you're walking up the mountain one step at a time. As you're walking up the mountain, allow time to be distorted. Allow a 7, 8, 9 day hike to take place within minutes. Breathing in and breathing out. Open your mind as you climb, as you hike, to suggestions designed to reduce friction in physical activity and exercise that would reward you in so many different ways. Just imagine how you would feel back in your reality, in your home, in your neighborhood, while you're still climbing that mountain in Africa, imagine getting on the right footwear and feeling excited for the burst of energy that sprinting can give you. Imagine each sprint as a surge of vitality, infusing your body with health and strength with every step. I want you to unlock something within you that enables you to feel inspired by the simplicity of sprinting. That even if it's just 10, 15, 20 seconds of sprinting, these short bursts powerfully elevate your fitness and mood. Consider it a life hack. You just need seconds of sprinting to immediately make you feel better. And imagine that unexpected cardio sessions can be delightful surprises for your body. Each surprise encourages your body to adapt and become stronger and fitter. The more you sprint, the more you want to sprint. And with each sprint, your lungs grow stronger and your energy and vitality levels soar, enhancing your joy in movement and activity. Your confidence blooms each time you engage in a cardio session in whatever form: a jump rope, a hike, a sprint, or a fast walk. And you can feel proud of your growing momentum. And while sprinting, imagine your body slowly but surely transforming. Each stride gently sculpting you closer to your ideal body shape. Not only do you get to feel better, but you feel proud that you're looking better. And you can treat each cardio workout as an opportunity to train your lungs, preparing them for adventures at high altitudes. Notice where you are on the mountain. Maybe a third of the way up, maybe halfway now. And maybe you could imagine that this cardio fitness journey is like climbing a mountain. Each session is like taking strides to climb a mountain to achieve something challenging but rewarding. And every time you reach the point of fatigue or breathlessness, you can celebrate the sensation of testing your own limits, knowing that your body will need to adapt to then change those limitations. Feel the thrill of progress each time you reduce the friction and start quickly to go from no activity to cardio activity. Every time you catch yourself off guard and just sprint with no preparation, feel that you are keeping your body on its toes, forcing it to adapt positively. Your stamina is building. And feel, even while climbing Mount Kilimanjaro, is not that challenging for you. One step in front of another consistently, maybe for days, but difficult and yet achievable. Encourage yourself with the thought that every burst of cardio is improving not just your physical health, but also your mental clarity. As you experience the freedom in your movement, as your body becomes lighter and more agile with each and every burst of physical activity. Embrace the power of your breath, feeling it deepen and strengthen, a testament to your improving lung capacity. The more you do it, the more you notice clues of progress, sprinting for longer, more frequently, enjoying those sprints, whether it's in your neighborhood or out in nature. You look forward to them because either you notice the progress or you're creating future progress by reaching current limitations. And you can view every opportunity for sprinting as a step towards achieving your ultimate pinnacle of cardio fitness. And allow your body to feel the joy of movement, noticing how natural and rewarding it is to push your limits. Slowly, incrementally, gradually, your limits increase. What is impossible one day becomes easy in the future. I want you to imagine you're now beyond halfway up the mountain. But as you ascend the mountain, notice someone that looks exactly like you descending the mountain. Imagine this is a future version of you that has already made the ascent, already seen those incredible views, already accomplished what you aim to accomplish, and is now walking down the mountain. I want you to imagine they stop and they talk with you, telling you that not only is it possible, but it's also inevitable. They give you an absolute sense of certainty that if they can do it, you can do it because they are you. Imagine hearing some wisdom, insight, or advice to help you get to where they've already gotten to. And maybe you can recognize that they are you from maybe just a few months, a year, or 2 years in the future. This is not decades away. This is you in the near future, having already achieved this. And they are giving you a glowing ball of energy that represents a specific resource, the very resource that you would need to achieve what they've achieved. Maybe that resource is self-belief, or inspiration, discipline or dedication, or perhaps even momentum. But allow your unconscious mind to decide what you need most right now, and allow this glowing ball of energy being given from your future self to your current self. Imagine taking this ball of energy and placing it on your chest next to your heart and feeling your body absorb this resource. That whatever your body, emotions, and mind needs most right now is exactly what you've received. Feel your body absorb it, integrate it, and apply it into your reality. And then you say goodbye. As you see your future self now descend the mountain, feel a second wind, renewed energy. The resource they gave you is exactly what you need to do the final stretch of this journey. So imagine continuing to hike and climb this mountain. The air is getting thinner, but you can still breathe. The views are getting all the more impressive as you can see for miles and miles around. Feel a wonderful feeling of awe that only increases with the elevated altitudes. It's getting colder, so your clothing adapts, but you continue, you persist, you dig deep and release that inner strength, determination, and tenacity, and then imagine reaching the pinnacle, the summit, feeling a wonderful sense of pride and accomplishment, but also a sense of awe as you look out across the plains of Tanzania, noticing how far you can see. It happens to be a clear day, no clouds to obstruct your views. You can see for miles and miles from the summit of this incredible mountain. And allow this to be evidence that you have overcome limitations, adversity, barriers, and difficulties, and come to the conclusion that this is more than just climbing a mountain. That if you could overcome these limitations, these adversities, then it gives you evidence that you can do the same thing in different areas of your life. That there are no limitations. You are capable of more than you realize. And feel that this is just one of many, many adventures. And then feel like you're returning down the mountain with a sense of accomplishment, but as you're halfway down the mountain, see someone that looks exactly like you climbing the mountain. They're halfway up as you're halfway down, and tell them they have everything it takes to do it. You know it to be true because you've experienced it. And imagine giving them a resource, something they need to be able to do what you've already done, and feel like you're handing them a glowing ball of energy, that whatever they need most right now is exactly what you can give them. And just like as a candle lighting another candle doesn't take anything away from the original candle, feel that this is also happening with you. You can give a resource because you have infinite abundance of whatever that resource is. Feel them take it, hold it to their chest, and see their spirits lifted as they continue to ascend as you descend, going all the way down the mountain, feeling that the mountain is just a symbol of doing something difficult. And sometimes choosing a day to sprint several times is accomplishing your own little mountain climb. But climbing a mountain isn't something you do once. There are many mini mountains in your life, and you get to accomplish one by one by one. That every day can be an adventure by pushing beyond your limitations and doing things your body is not expecting you to do. As you return to the base of the mountain, you look up and see the snow-capped peaks and feel it's time to return to your present moment. Imagine floating up high so you can almost see the mountain from a bird's eye perspective, and then imagine floating all the way back to your present moment, taking all of this insight, ideas, and most importantly, resources with you. Take a deep breath in through your nose and out through your nose. Wiggle your fingers, wiggle your toes, connect fully with the present moment. As shortly I count from 1 to 10 to awaken you, you will awaken feeling inspired and motivated to increase your physical fitness and particularly in those areas that are difficult, because those will be the adventures that are most rewarding. Starting to count. 1, 2, 3, waking up. 4, 5, 6, more alert. 7, 8, open your eyes, open your eyes. 9, 10, wide awake, wide awake, wide awake.